We're talking about maternal nutrition in the first 1,000 days of life and its effects on child development. So did you know the first 1,000 days hold both great possibility and great fragility in a child's life? The first 1,000 days of life between a woman's pregnancy and her child's second birthday is a unique period of opportunity when the foundations for optimum health and development across the lifespan are established. Telling us a little bit more about all of this, Malibina Butsane, who is a dietitian, joins us on the line. Thank you so much for your time. How are you today?
Good morning, Pelele. I'm good, thanks, and yourself?
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm so happy we're having this chat because nutrition is so important, particularly so when you are growing life inside you as an expectant mom. So maybe let's talk about, some things to be mindful of. Perhaps if you are even planning a pregnancy, what are some of the most important things to be mindful of?
No, thank you that you actually mentioned even before you plan your pregnancy. Because I think a lot of times we always think that we start to intervene at pregnancy, but it's important that even prior, before you fall pregnant, you plan for it.
Yeah.
And especially with your health. We always try to say the best thing, just to minimize the risk of complications. Try to be at the best weight that you can, because being underweight or being overweight carries its complications.
Yes.
And I think the other thing that we always miss is that even the men, the quality of the sperm is also important in terms of, forming a child or forming an infant. So it's important that both parents actually take care of themselves in terms of their health and nutrition. Because as you mentioned, it starts there.
Yeah.
The foundation is formed there.
Yeah. And I'm happy that you're speaking about our male counterparts as well in the pregnancy process, making sure that they too are taking care of themselves. They are, indulging in a healthy diet as well in order for us to be able to go through a healthy pregnancy journey. So let's talk about some of the foods to be mindful of before, during, and maybe even after pregnancy, as you are maybe, breastfeeding and all of those things. Let's talk about the pre. I know if you go on Dr. Google, they'll tell you a number of things, especially if you're a woman, to be more fertile, you must have lots of eggs, which cost R1 million right now, by the way. Nuts and things like that. Is there any truth to any of the stuff that we see online?
Well, I think maybe some of us, and it always depends on the sources of that. I believe, like, where you're getting the information from. Yeah. But we always advise women that when they're trying to conceive, folic acid is one of the nutrients that are very, very important.
Sure.
So normally, I think the best, one form of getting folic acid is through supplementation, especially if you're trying to conceive. Yeah. But in terms of food, we mostly find folic acid from your leafy green vegetables, which would include things like your spinach, your kale, and also your legumes, which would include things like beans and lentils, and also citrus fruits, things like avocado, broccoli, and also fortified foods would include folic acid. But I think also the message should always be try to have as much as diverse foods in your diet as possible, because remember, each and every nutrient has a specific function in your body. As much as folic acid is something that we encourage for trying to, when you are planning to have a child, a diverse diet is very, very important. And then also during pregnancy, folic acid is one nutrient that's also very important, and also your things like your zinc, and then we also give supplements like iron supplements. Iron supplements are also very key, important key in terms of pregnancy, and then also calcium. But the key thing also with your iron and your calcium, remember they fight for the same absorption site. So we always encourage women to say take them at least 4 hours apart. So don't take calcium and your iron at the same time. So iron is mostly, animal sources. So things like your liver, your chicken, your eggs, also some fortified foods, mostly like Ruby fortified cereal would also have iron. And for some people that might be vegan, so whole grains will have a bit of iron. Things like dried fruit also have iron. Pumpkin seeds have iron. And then also nuts and seeds have iron. So all those are the other sources that of iron that maybe people who are not eating meat can have.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm so happy that you touched on that, because I think very often when we speak about eating well and all of that, well, for me anyway, I tend to forget about the non-meat eaters, the vegans, the vegetarians, pescatarians, and all of that.